In this series of talks, I am focusing on my appreciation of how Pope Francis shares the gospel message, how he makes people smile as they think about spiritual issues. He makes us listen as he gives us very serious gospel-rooted challenges. Since we are all called through baptism to share the gospel message with others, we can learn from Pope Francis's style and then apply what we learn to our own life. In this particular talk, I will focus on one aspect of Pope Francis's style: a healthy schedule. When we think about all the worldwide responsibilities that lay on the shoulders of Pope Francis, we have to wonder, how does he design his daily schedule? There is an endless list of people who want to speak with him. There are numerous meetings that he needs to be part of, reports that need to be read, and there's also need to provide time for his own personal prayer life. All of these needs have to find a space in each and every day. So what does his schedule look like? And what can we learn from it? Pope Francis's day begins by rising early in the morning, sometime between 4:30 and 5 a.m. He begins his day with quiet time, space for meditation and prayer, which includes a reflection on the daily readings that will be used at Mass, which he will then celebrate at 7 a.m. Following the Mass, he has another short period of Thanksgiving, and then he heads off to breakfast. As his morning then unfolds, he designs it to make sure that he does not take on too many obligations for each time slot. He also makes sure that there is a buffer time built into his schedule in case a particular discussion goes longer than expected, or if he needs to add some unexpected event. He then has lunch, and after lunch he takes a short nap to refresh himself for his afternoon obligations. Later in the afternoon, just before supper, he usually adds another period of meditation. He then takes a late, light supper, which is the custom in Italy, and at 9 p.m. gets ready for bed by taking time to read in order to relax and shut down his day. He has not watched TV for 25 years. He does take a vacation during the summer, but chooses to stay in Rome. During his vacation, he gets up a little later in the morning and makes more time during the day for reading and listening to music. What an interesting schedule he has. And what can we learn from it? The Pope begins his day slowly. There's no mad dash to get out the door in the morning. What is your early morning schedule like? Is it very rushed to get washed up, grab a quick breakfast, and head out the door? The value that the Pope is placing before us is a gentle beginning to the day. Time to reflect on how the day will unfold, and also to include some time to reflect on spiritual thoughts. A time for a personal dialogue with God about what is on our mind and what concerns us the most. It is important to note that when he puts a schedule together, he does not fill it to the max. Obviously, the Pope has the personal ability to say no to the many requests that are placed before him for his time and attention. It's not easy to say no to many things that we want to fill out our time, but it is important to prioritize our day and to be comfortable with eliminating some events from our life. We should also note that the Pope takes time to stop in the middle of the day to refresh himself and refocuses his attention. Because many of us work far from home, maybe we need to be very creative in how we can find this type of quiet time at midday. Then, just as the Pope began his day gently and quietly, so it is the same way that he will slowly bring it to a close, providing some time to read, relax, and slow down in preparation for sleep. There are obviously so many things on his mind at the end of the day that he needs to bring closure to these issues in order to gently fall off to sleep. Using this schedule, we can see that the Pope is able to approach life in a balanced way. And all of his statements and actions come from this reflective lifestyle. Having then considered the daily schedule of Pope Francis, we can focus on a few questions. What is your personal schedule for daily life? How does your life unfold in a daily, monthly, and a yearly way? How comfortable are you with saying no to some of the many commitments that life places before you? Having heard about the schedule of Pope Francis, are there any changes that you would like to try out? May the Holy Spirit guide our thoughts and reflections on how our daily schedule prepares us to gently share the gospel message. God bless.